A little neighborhood called Layari in Karachi, Pakistan is all over social media this week because of a certain Bollywood movie that talks about how it's the hub of this underground world of terrorism. Honestly, Karachi has always been misunderstood from the outside. People love flattening it into crime and chaos, and while yes, there are socio-political circumstances that make the city very different than it was before, in reality it is one of the most culturally complex cities not only to exist in South Asia, but the whole world. From Baloch communities to Gujarati traders to partition refugees to Makrani families with East African roots, Parsis, Goans, you name it, every neighborhood is its own world. Layari, which is the setting of this Bollywood movie that released this week, is one of the oldest worlds to exist in Karachi. Layari was one of the first communities to exist before Karachi became the megaport that it is today. But Layari is also home to Makrani families with East African heritage. I was reading this Vice article that showed how people from Layari oftentimes have darker skin and curly hair and East African features, but the part that films produced by other countries often fail to show about Pakistan or Karachi, or in this instance Layari, is its culture. Layari has produced boxers, musicians, poets, and some of Karachi's most iconic names. And one very interesting fact and story that I want to share with you about Layari to counter the narrative that you might be seeing online right now is that it is actually called Little Brazil because of its football obsession. During the World Cup, these streets transform into waves of yellow and green. Neighborhoods compete over murals of Neymar and Ronaldo. And in this article that I was reading, it talks about how these football fans in Layari are able to imagine a world beyond just one of political neglect during the time of the World Cup. Beyond the decades of underfunding, policing, and broken promises, it becomes a kind of escape but also a form of resistance. It's lived through gang violence, government crackdowns, lack of funding. Even that history is deeper than the caricature, and we can get into it in another video. Layari and Karachi is not a single-dimensional neighborhood or city. It's a story of migration, identity, resistance, partition, cultural exchange, and a kind of community spirit that exists through any infrastructural failures. So before you allow a movie to tell you what Karachi or Layari is, allow the city and the neighborhood to speak for itself.